Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Here is a topic under optimization theory, linear programming model. A model is an abstract representation of a real-life situation, event or article. A linear programming is a mathematical technique which involves the allocation of limited resources in an optimal manner of a given basic criterion of optimality. So, is a mathematical technique which involves the allocation of limited resources in an optimal manner on the basic given criterion of optimality. In linear programming problem, we have some terms that we have to know before we can solve any question on it. We have we have a constraint, we have objective function, and we have decision variable. So when we talk about our decision variable is like representing our number of units in variable. It can be x, it can be y, it can be x1, it can be x2. When we talk about a constraint is a subject of a set of linear inequalities or equalities. A constraint objective function. A constraint is a subject of a set of a linear inequalities or equalities, while objective function is a linear programming which deals with optimization, maximization or minimization of a variable. So when you have a constraint, it's a subject of a set of linear inequalities or equalities. A constraint is telling us that whenever we have a question or a problem on linear programming, what type of constraint can we use? So when you have a constraint is telling us that is it less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So that's why we have a constraint is a subject of a set of linear inequalities. Our inequalities can be less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or equalities or equal to. So when you have objective function is a linear programming which deals with optimization, maximization or minimization of a variable. So when you have an objective function, these are the things that you have to know when solving any question on linear programming problem. It's the basic terms of linear programming. So when you talk about objective function, in linear programming problem, we maximize profit and we minimize cost. When we are maximizing profit, it means we are having an inequalities of a constraint which is less than or equal to. But when we are minimizing a cost, it means that what we have a constraint that is the variable of a linear inequality which is what greater than or equal to. These are the things that work while solving linear programming problem. So objective function is a linear programming which deals with optimization. That is, when we are dealing with objective function, the question can be a profit, and whenever we have a question or linear programming problem that they are telling us that to solve it, to translate it as a profit, to solve the question as a profit, it means what? If you have something like profit, it means we are going to maximize the objective function. That is, we are using maximization because we maximize profit. Whenever we see a question that deals with cost of production, cost of material, cost of numbers, it means what? We are minimizing it. That's what we have minimization of variable. So these are the basic terms of linear programming problem. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel